Call the order meeting, the special session meeting tonight. Pledge allegiance will be led by the Vice Mayor, Krista Rizzi. Roll call.
Mayor Wilson,
Here.
Vice Mayor Rizzi,
Present.
Councilmember Biggs.
Here.
Councilmember Evans.
Here.
Councilmember Gremmel.
Here.
Councilmember Nesser.
Present.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Here.
You have a quorum, Your Honor.
Thank you. Consent agenda. As required by the City of Apache Junction Code, Volume 1, Chapter 3, Administration Article 3-3, Department of Public Safety, the city manager is seeking ratification of Michael Pooley for an appointment to the position of police chief. Can I have a motion for the consent agenda?
Your Honor,
Yes.
I move that we accept the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Second. Moved and seconded. Do a roll call.
Vice Mayor Rizzi,
Yes.
Councilmember Nesser,
Yes.
Councilmember Biggs.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder,
Yes.
Councilmember Gremmel,
Yes.
Councilmember Evans,
Yes.
Mayor Wilson.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously, Your Honor.
Okay, City Clerk Jennifer, would you please start us off this evening?
Certainly. Good evening, and thank you, Mayor Wilson, City Council. Before we get started, I would just like to mention that Chief Pooley has several special guests in the audience this evening. We have representatives from the county and visiting law enforcement agencies, all of which I know he would like to recognize a little later. Most importantly, we would like to extend a warm welcome to Chief Pooley and his family. With us tonight is his wife, Teresita. I'm not sure if his son Michael made it, and he's got daughters Natalia, Alyssa, and Camilla this evening. Also present are his parents, Al and Julia Pooley, over on this side, and I believe his aunt is with us this evening as well. Before we get started with the swearing-in ceremony, we'd like to have a few comments from the mayor and then our city manager, Bryant Powell.
Now, they tell me I have to hold this up to my mouth, so bear with me here. Good evening, everyone. This is a very special and important day as for me having great pleasure to welcome Chief Michael Pooley to the Apache Junction. As you know, Chief Pooley was most recently assigned Assistant Chief in Tempe and has come to us highly recommended from our friends in that city. I'm sure the new chief will bring his experience to the city of Apache Junction. He is I'm extremely impressed, by Chief Pooley's commitment to centric thinking, his generosity and selflessness that will continue to bring great addition to our city. He reached out and has connected with many AJ residents as well as businesses prior to his employment. He and his family are in Apache Junction frequently for shopping and dining. He is already very active in the community, especially with the schools and with the outreach program. Apache Junction has roughly 42,000 full-time residents with another 40,000 or so during our winter months. Apache Junction is not a large community, but neither are we a small city either. We dear our hometown values. We are caring and helping out our neighbors. Does our staff and our police officers do as well. Our officers here in Apache Junction are very busy, not only with their normal duties, but they strive to excel in their community outreach efforts and overall community support. Apache Junction Police Chief is the highest ranking peacetime within the city, peacetime keeper, within the city. The chief provides leadership for activities and keeps us all safe and enforces the law and contributes to our well-being. Let us remember that the chief and his officers cannot keep our community safe without the help of its residents. Our work requires the support and cooperation of all of you, our residents, our extended family. Working in partnership, we are able to protect the community and solve crimes. Police officers are people too, deserving the kindness and respect we all want from each other. At this time, I would like to introduce the city manager, Bryant Powell, to say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone, and good evening to the Mayor and City Council. It's a great evening, isn't it? It is, yes. And to our residents, we're super excited to be here this day. With the ratification that just occurred and through the process that we went through to recruit Michael, we now are at the point where we have a new police chief, and it's super exciting. We're going to move forward here in a little bit to get the swearing in there. So I wanted to share a few words with you all this critical night and this importance of the new police chief. A police chief provides leadership in a community for his officers and for the administration who he's over, who he's sworn to keep us safe, enforce the law, and make sure we continue with a strong community. As the mayor said, Chief Pooley has already demonstrated a tremendous effort already in our community in reaching out to those in need. He's already attended a couple of our community meetings. Chief Pooley brings over 2 decades of experience of law enforcement from the city of Tempe, and we're very excited to have him. He has steadily progressed through the ranks there in Tempe, seeing variety of responsibilities of the police department, and he's taken on numerous programs and initiatives. He knows the East Valley, and he knows our community. But what I'm very proud about is he brings to us a perspective who is very unique. Chief Pooley, and we're going to do a little bit more research on this, Al, but I believe he's our first Native American chief in the Valley. And that's tremendous. And it's something that I'm very proud of. I grew up in Arizona. I'm fourth generation Arizona, and I grew up in Safford, right next to the San Carlos Apache tribe, who was a big part of our community. And from my standpoint, I couldn't be more excited tonight to welcome you, your family, parents, sisters, aunts, to Apache Junction. So on behalf of the employees of the city of Apache Junction, Michael, we welcome you. We give you our sustaining support to help you through this time. It's challenging. It's one of the hardest jobs. It's one of the hardest times to think about when you've ever called 911, what happens in that moment. You're in a time of distress. And he's overseeing the great group of men and women that we have here in Apache Junction who come and will do the best they can to help out. Again, on behalf of the city of Apache Junction, we are so excited and welcome you warmly to our city as your family joins ours, and we look to newer horizons in the city. We know we will be in good hands. Welcome, Chief Pooley. Before I close, I just want to remind everybody after the swearing in is done, we have a reception, and hope that you feel invited to stay and associate one with another that we like to do here. Jennifer.
Chief, if I can have you and your wife come forward. So, this was my father's. It's owned by the whole house. He's passed, but if you'll hold this, he'll place his left hand on it and he'll raise his right. I'm going to ask you to hold this mic right under him so that they can record it. And just a little bit. Chief, if you'll repeat after me, please. I, Michael Pooley, do solemnly swear
I, Michael Pooley, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of the State of Arizona
and the Constitution and laws of the State of Arizona
and the ordinances of the City of Apache Junction,
and the ordinances of the City of Apache Junction,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear truth and allegiance to the same
and defend them against all enemies,
and to defend them against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
and that I will faithfully and impartially
and that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office of the Chief of Police
of the office of the Chief of Police
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
according to the best of my abilities, so help me God.
You are sworn in.
Yes.
And if I can have you stay, the mayor has a few more things to do.
That's so awesome. I don't think mine will work. Mine are cleaning office. That's so awesome.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, City Council. Thank you, City Manager. I really appreciate it. And Deputy City Manager, thank you. For everyone here, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And I couldn't be more proud to be here in the city of Apache Junction. When I first became a police officer, at no point did I ever think I would be a chief. I never thought I would be an assistant chief or a commander or lieutenant. I had no ambition to promote. I had no ambition to do anything but serve the people I was serving. And now I still feel that exact same way. I just know now my responsibility as the chief of police is to help the men and women that are out there serving you to be the best professional police department we can possibly be in the entire state of Arizona. For all my support that I have with the federal, local, state officials, thank you for your support in being here. I couldn't do this without your support and guidance. I have people in here that have taught me over the years that I've looked up to and that I've admired. I've followed a lot of the things you've shown me, a lot of the things that I've learned by just watching. For all the men and women that are in uniform for here at the Apache Junction Police Department, I couldn't be more proud to lead this department. When I see you out in the field, whether you're stopping a vehicle or you're out helping someone cross the street, I watch you and I'm proud of you, and I'm proud to say I'm a police officer for the city of Apache Junction. When I was young, I grew up a little bit on the Navajo reservation, and I learned a lot from my mom and dad. They're the ones that taught me to be who I am today. Granted, my dad, he didn't want me to be a police officer initially. He asked me to not do it. And now my brother became a police officer and my younger sister became a police officer. And he's going to be more proud of the profession we are because he's seen what goes on behind the badge. He's seen the families we raise. He sees the troubles and trials we go through. He sees how the things we see in our daily career change us. They impact us emotionally, physically, psychologically sometimes. But he also has shown me, and my mom has shown me, and my beautiful wife and kids have shown me the importance of the support that we have. The support we have outside of work and the support we have internally. That's what I want to bring to the city of Apache Junction. I have a passion for this profession that is something that has never gone away. If anything, the fire has been kindled, and it's burning as bright and as strong as it's ever been. And I hope those that are near me and next to me and serving with me can feel that warmth and can feel that support from me on a daily basis. I know when I grew up, one of the things is my mom, she had all of us kids, there was 6 of us, take piano lessons, believe it or not. And I was totally against it. I did not want to take piano lessons. I thought it was not the cool thing to do. And I remember one of my first piano lessons with my piano teacher, and I looked at the keyboard and I didn't know anything. And she said to me, "What do you think?" And I said, "How come there's so many keys? And is there anything you can do to play with every key?" And I remember she said, "Yeah." And she pushes me to the side a little bit, and she played this amazing song. I don't even know what it was, but she used every key, 88 keys. And it was the most beautiful song I can remember. The reason I tell you that is because the police department, every person in our department is a key. Whether you're played on a daily basis or whether you're sitting waiting to be played, you have to be in tune, you have to be ready to go. I hope as we get into this and as I work with every one of you, the city council, the mayor, the city management, the different departments, the community, with our youth, with our schools, with the business leaders, and especially with our employees with the Apache Junction Police Department, we want to be able to play the most beautiful music for our community. When people come to the city of Apache Junction, whether you live here or whether you're here visiting, we want you to know your department is prepared and ready for you for any moment you need us, even if it's something you feel is small. I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to be a part of this department. I hope that I get to know each and every one of you. I come from an agency that I cared for deeply, and as I bring that knowledge and that passion that with me today, I promise you that I will bring that same love that I have and that I've had for the last 21 years with me to the city of Apache Junction. I'm excited to be here. I thank my wife and my beautiful daughters. My son wasn't able to make it tonight, but I know he's going to be watching this later. And I want to thank them because I could not do this job without them. Everything that I have been able to do, whether great or decent, was because of my wife and my kids, 100%. I know that our support and what we do and whether we become something good or great is because of the support we have. I enjoy being here in Apache Junction. For the last week I've been here, the welcoming has been warm and it's been inviting, and it's been something that I want to be a part of. And again, I thank you for your support, for your vote of confidence, and for everything that you've been giving me and for taking a chance on me, City Manager. I appreciate that. I won't let you down. And to the men and women of the Apache Junction Police Department, I'm ready to come in and get to work, so I can't wait to get at it. Thank you very much for coming tonight.
Well, thank you. And that's all we're going to have on it, so I'm going to close the meeting. Thank you.